No Bob Barker in this movie. Sadly. God damn it. Happy Gilmore 2 is out now on Netflix. It is the sequel to 1996's Happy Gilmore, the latest Adam Sandler Netflix movie. How could this go wrong? Well, it once again stars Adam Sandler as the title character, Happy Gilmore, taking place 30 years after the events of the original. Happy Gilmore has made a name for himself in golf. He has won numerous tour championships, he is married, he has kids, but after an unfortunate tragedy, he has retired from golf and has resorted to being an alcoholic and very depressed. But when the chance comes to support his daughter in the way of financing her dance school, he rekindles his love for golf and even tries to take down a new and improved golf league led by Benny Safdie's character. Happy Gilmore might be my favorite comedy of all time. It is right up there with some classic 90s comedies. I could quote Happy Gilmore, Spaceballs, I know that's an 80s one, but like all three Austin Powers movies to a T. Like they're so fucking funny. Like, don't you miss those days when comedies were this funny? Hey Gilmore, you suck, you jackass. Why don't you shut the hell up? You see, I like to punch that guy in the face right now, but I can't because I get in trouble. I haven't seen Happy Gilmore in a few years, and it's probably a good thing. And I wish I had watched it beforehand, before I saw this movie. But all the callbacks and all the references and all the nostalgia that this movie tries to conjure out of your mind, I guess it works. I enjoyed this movie. I don't think it's great. I know a lot of people have been hating on it. Look, a movie like this, a legacy sequel to a classic comedy that I love, just make me laugh. And the movie made me laugh. For the most part, it did. At least there's some really funny scenes in here. There's obviously that type of Adam Sandler comedy now that isn't just geared towards adults as it was back in the 90s and early 2000s, where, I think there's a point in time where Adam Sandler grew up and he had a family in real life. And his movies started to gear more towards kids and adults, and even his PG-13 comedies started to have more of that kind of family-oriented comedy in them, and Happy Gilmore is filled to the brim with that. Minor spoilers here, but there's scenes where he's getting back into golf in here, and he's like literally on the golf course drinking and he's falling over. Yeah, no, that shit's not funny at all. But things like Travis Kelce in this movie, his cameo had me in stitches. He plays this abusive waiter and later on gets covered in honey, eaten by a bear. I'm like, this is the stupidest thing I've ever seen. But it's hilarious right now. And honestly, that's what comedies are. Aren't comedies supposed to be kind of stupid? Aren't they supposed to just kind of be like ridiculous in that way that make you laugh? That's what Happy Gilmore 2 does. There's nowhere near as many laughs as there are in the first one. There's that family-oriented, modernized Adam Sandler humor that's been plaguing his movies for the past 25 years or so. But you know what? I had a good time. It was funny. There's ridiculousness in it. Like the entire third act of this movie, I'm like, no, you cannot top the tour championship from the original movie. You cannot top the idea of Happy Gilmore winning the tour championship by hitting a golf ball off a downed TV tower and using it as like his own mini golf course to win the tour championship. There's no way you can top that. And of course they don't. And this movie is ridiculously filled with CGI for some weird reason, involving Ben Stiller's face on a golf ball. Everything looks fake as hell in this movie. Did they even film on actual golf courses? Probably not. As much of that family-oriented comedy that there is in this movie, as well as some mean-spirited and somewhat depressing moments for Happy Gilmore in this movie, I did find myself laughing more often than I thought I would, which makes me think that this is one of Adam Sandler's better comedies in recent memory. Does Happy Gilmore need a sequel? Absolutely not. But if I were to pick a movie from Adam Sandler's classic comedy filmography from the 90s and early 2000s to make a sequel to, it would be Happy Gilmore. I don't think that this is the natural progression that a Happy Gilmore sequel would go to, but hey, we're here, and Yeah, I didn't hate it. Christopher McDonald also returns as Shooter McGavin, and as it was happening, I was like, this is going to be awesome. And then they do something with Shooter McGavin, which I was like, I don't know how I feel about that. But in the end, I think it actually works because it proves that Shooter McGavin's love of classic golf is still his driving force. He doesn't care about Happy Gilmore being his mortal enemy. He doesn't care about previous losses in the Tour Championship. He just wants to keep the spirit of golf alive. And I actually like that. And as I alluded to before, the movie's a bit mean-spirited, a bit depressing. But I did like the fact that Happy Gilmore rises above his personal struggles and is able to attain something for himself and for his family. After a personal tragedy that caused him to go down this huge rabbit hole of depression and alcoholism, I thought it was actually a nice, touching message for families that even if you do feel down and low, there's always something that will redeem yourself and will make you feel good about yourself and will make you have a purpose. And Adam Sandler's comedies, say what you will about them in the recent years, but ever since he has started a family and has had kids in real life, I feel like more of his comedies have actually tried to teach some lessons about family values and all that. Man, they work. You know, I think those are probably the best parts of his movies in terms of the comedies. And, you know, yeah, there's ridiculous stuff in here. There's stupid stuff in here. Not all of it works. It's a cameo fest. Literally the structure of this movie is flashback, cameo, 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 flashback. Okay, how is he dealing with stuff today? Flashback, cameo. How's he dealing with it? Flashback, cameo, 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 flashback, flashback. That is literally the structure of this movie. Every new character that comes into this movie is connected to some character from the first one in some way. It's annoying as shit, but considering how bad Adam Sandler's comedies have been in recent years, this is nowhere near as bad as it could have been. It's not good. Honestly, I just wanted moments where I could laugh, and the movie accomplished that for me. There's some moments that had me in stitches. There's moments where I didn't laugh at all because it's directed towards kids. And that's fine. I don't know. I think people are just getting too up in arms about this movie because it's just nostalgia bait, which it is, and a cameo fest, which it is. Still, I can still enjoy something like that, especially from a comedy, if you make me laugh. And Happy Gilmore 2 did. I think Happy Gilmore 2 is worth it with half a bucket of popcorn. It's a typical Netflix color filter movie and a typical Netflix Adam Sandler movie that really pales in comparison to the first one, but as I said, if I had to pick a comedy of Adam Sandler's to make a sequel to, it would be Happy Gilmore, even if this isn't necessarily the story I would tell. It's still funny. I at least thought it was funny. So if you did see Happy Gilmore 2, let me know what you think of it in the comments below. I'll leave my link to my website in the description below as well. You guys are the best. Thank you for watching. My name is Alex Madden, and I will see you at the movies somewhere.